Hey everybody, Phaze Runner here with the Republic of Players. Today I'm doing a quick review on Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Okay, so the premise of the story is a ship sinks off the coast of the island that you're headed to, which is called Aurora. Your job, obviously, is to go and investigate that as ghosts. When you're flying there, flying over the land, basically what happens is this big swarmy thing comes down and takes your chopper out. And all the choppers that are in the area, suddenly there's helicopters everywhere exploding and crashing. And you're one of the few people to survive. So when you land, it gives a really gritty feeling like this is going to be a tough game. Well, that's the impression I got, but unfortunately it didn't really carry it that far. Now the problem was, you get all your bandages and you have to bandage yourself up, get yourself sorted, and then you have to go start making your way towards other crashes to investigate them to see if there are any survivors. And it's pretty fun. You get to learn the mechanics of the game quite easily, crouching, going prone. You can even cover yourself in the whatever's surrounding you to kind of give you a bit more camouflage, which is kind of cool. I liked it. I thought it was a good idea. You can use muck, for instance, like in Predator 1. See what I did there? And you make your way to what could be considered the central hub of the game. And there you get your first mission to go and investigate. That's pretty much what it feels like. The missions feel kind of samey. Go here, investigate that, go there, upload that, go there, download this. And there was a lot of repetition and not a lot of imagination approached this angle of the game. Even though it was still fun and it's quite satisfying getting those headshots with the sniper rifle for ridiculous distance. Now on to movement mechanics. Movement mechanics are great. Cover mechanics aren't that great, I'm afraid. Moving your character from left to right in different positions feels a bit clunky and a little bit clumsy. I think they could have taken a little bit of help from the Division devs on how to get that a bit more crisper, because I think it's an important aspect of the game is to get cover. And when you're kind of fighting with your character to do that, it kind of takes that immersive value of trying to sneak up on an NPC away and kind of focus it on a negative. How they could have solved that was a bit looser on the movement skills, but then again, that's just my personal opinion. Another aspect of it that I did like was the gunplay. It's pretty solid. Firing a Scar 17 to a G36, there's a noticeable difference in recoil. And obviously, different sniper rifles feel differently, but also shoot different. Some of the reticles and scopes and some of the guns felt a little bit constricted in terms of their field of view, but overall, I felt the better scopes were actually pretty decent. Vehicles, motorbikes, jeep, trucks, cars, helicopters, planes. Honestly, your go-to mode of transport in this is a helicopter. It's nothing else, because you can parachute in and you can get stuff done quickly if that's what you want to do. If you want to take your time, well, go for it. Knock yourself out. The kind of game I got the impression this game would suit are a group of people on a Friday night with a couple of beers, playing at home, chatting away, just working their way through the mission. I didn't feel like the missions. It didn't feel particularly wholesome in terms of how the game played. But I could see the fun and the attraction of trying to be as stealthy and do all the missions as sneakily as possible. So from that aspect, I would actually recommend it, because not every game has to be perfect. It's more so playing with your mates and having some fun. And that game definitely could add that to it. So I would recommend it for that style of situation. Playing with your mates, having some fun. Or if you want to play it, there's plenty of groups out there who all want to play it. The community hub is a great place to meet new players and play. So yeah, I would recommend it for some players. I think it's actually quite a clever idea. Isn't to attract the hardcore players of some games, even though you have that option. For me, it seems more of a kind of a casual game that you play with your mates, have some fun. Oh, there's a new DLC. Let's go in. We'll finish off where we were in the last game, and then we'll try this new DLC and see how we get on. For others, I could see how they could be very passionate about it. In fact, I've been passionate about games that other people haven't been before, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, Breakpoint didn't really tick all the boxes. But I will say, fighting against those wolf NPCs, that was fun. They're tricky to eliminate, but more to the point, there's a sense of satisfaction when you do actually take them down. Now, for me, I got spotted by one of the spotter planes because I wasn't prone and camouflaged up. So I was beside a house, so my first natural instinct was to camp, have a peak advantage. So anytime they walked in, I'd shoot them, and they pretty much did exactly what I expected. They didn't camp out or try and get different angles. They literally just barged in. And it made killing them quite easily. So, there are options dealing with the wolves. As for the graphics are amazing. They're absolutely gorgeous. The game looks amazing. And I would wholeheartedly recommend, if you're looking for a good title to play, it's definitely worth checking out from that aspect alone. On to the perks. So every single character has perks, and the skill tree is absolutely huge, and I like it. But the good thing is, by the time you're level 30, you should have that entire skill tree unlocked. And I thought that was a really, really neat aspect to the skills and how you could play. You also have a class system. So you've got medic, you've got assault, field medic, panther, and sharpshooter. And they all have their own advantages and disadvantages. Personally, I went with assault because I like to blow stuff up in games. I like to get distracted by NPCs wandering along and shooting them. And for me, it's fun. I find that quite entertaining. I was a Doom kid, so, please don't judge me too hard. Other aspects of the game that I think are worth talking about is the overall mission, but also the looting structure. So you can go to different points to pick up better weapons and find weapons that may suit your playstyle better. For me, I liked the G36 the most. I felt it was the most balanced of weapons, decent recoil handling, may not eliminate NPCs as quick, but hey, we all play in our different ways. The Scar 17 felt a bit, recoil was very heavy, and I don't like that style of a gun, but it still works and does the job. Sniper rifles are fun. Rocket launchers are also fun. So you have the tools to make this game the way you want to play it. And that's what I like about it. It feels kind of wish-washy with the storyline, but the ultimate experience of playing the game, yeah, it's got some. So, how would I score this? I would score it out of 10. I'd give it a 6. Having said that 6, please bear in mind that Ubisoft support their titles long after they've been released. The Division 1 is a perfect example, or Ghost Recon Wildlands is another example. It was supported right up until they announced Breakpoint was being released. Personally, yeah, I'd say if you're into playing with your mates and having some fun, this is a really good game to get and just have a bit of crack. Okay, that wraps it up from me. If you're in Ireland and you're watching this, please remember on the 9th and 10th, Republic of Players are hosting Insomnia in Dublin, and it's in the RDS, so make sure you show your face and come along and say hello to everybody. Other than that, leave a like if you liked it and subscribe for more. Thanks, have a great day, bye bye.